I hold in my hands the meaning of life. No, these are my labs. My annual physical was on the 29th, and I have most of my labs, not all of them. So, gonna read them out to you. There were 2 things that were abnormal. Am I gonna die? Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm Martha, and go Astros. I have no idea. By the time you see it, it'll be Monday, and today is Saturday. I have no idea if the playoffs, the Astros will still be in the playoffs or not. I hope so, but go Astros anyway. So today, we're gonna find out if I'm gonna live or die. So I don't know why I'm excited, but I kind of am, you know. I'm kind of a geek, so I love this kind of stuff. So I did ask for, I don't know if you can see behind me or not, but behind me is a book called Lies My Doctor Told Me, shout out to Dr. Barry, and also Common Sense Labs, also by Dr. Barry, and I forget the other author's name, but God bless you. And he has a list of recommended labs to do that we should all check once a year. And so I gave my little copy to my doctor, and she said, may I ask why you want all of these labs? And I said, I'm just curious, I'm doing low carb. I'm actually I cut out all sugars and carbs, and I'm just curious to see what my labs are, and I want to be very thorough. Plus, I'm geeky. And she laughed at that. She liked that. And she said, okay. And so she said, I need to cut carbs and sugars too. I said, yes, I think we all do. Alrighty. So we're going to see what's going on here. I think overall I was pretty pleased, but this is so you can have an idea, right, of what a carnivore diet can do or not do. I'm only 4 months in, so actually my annual physical was 4 months to the day. So my first day on carnivore was on May 29th, and the day that I went to see my doctor was on September 29th, so just recently. So yeah, so this is just so you get an idea of what 4 months on carnivore has done for my body, okay? All right, so let's start here. We'll start with some boring ones. I won't go through every single one because there's so many, but we'll run through some of these. CBC with auto diff, my white blood count, white blood cells is 4.7 on the lower end, but it's still normal range. RBC's 5.16, normal range. Hemoglobin was 11.3, still in the normal range, but on the lower side. Hematocrit, perfect. MCVs, platelet count was 194. All these other ones are normal, boring ones. Yeah, we'll skip through all of this. Let's see. Glucose was 95, so that's good. Creatinine looks like it was a little bit low, but nothing to worry about. It was 0.53. The lower end was 0.57, so it's fine. BUN, 15.6, fine. Sodium was 140, which is perfect. Potassium was 4.6, which is perfect. CO2, 28.7, that was good. Chloride, 104, perfect. We'll skip through that. Calcium was 9, perfect number. Total protein was 6.7, perfect. Let's see, total bilirubin was 1, looks like it was good. We'll skip through that, lipid panel, Everybody likes to talk about cholesterol. So let's see, triglycerides, how were my triglycerides eating meat for 4 months? My triglycerides were, drum roll, 61. 61, my friends. 61. That is what we call a win. My cholesterol, everybody worries about cholesterol, right? 176. Now, some people would think that maybe they actually want their cholesterol to be much higher, if that mine might go up. And maybe by the next time I get my labs done. So 1 year from now, because I'm not going to do it in 6 months again. But 1 year from now, it may be higher. And when doctors see that, they tend to prescribe, oh, I'm going to put you on a statin. And you know what you can do when they ask you, or when they tell you that they're going to put you on a statin? You can say this: no, thank you. And then go on about your day. That's pretty much it. That's all you have to do. You don't have to be intimidated by doctors. You're the boss of your own body, and you can just tell them, you know, I respectfully decline that. And be happy if you could put that in my record, that I declined it and you suggested it, and it's okay. It's not the end of the world declining a statin. A statin study shows that only adds like a day to your life if you take it. Maybe. And that's being optimistic. So, you know, side effects versus 1 day to your life. So, no. All right. At least, I mean, it's a personal thing. My answer is no. Okay. Cholesterol is 176. HDL. Here we go to my first. My HDL tends to be low. And of course, it was low. My HDL was 39. So I've got something to work on. I've already started because I wasn't working out, but I've started walking and several times a week. And I also started doing some strength exercises with some resistance bands. And also I ordered a mini stepper. I've been working out my quads with that and doing some lunges and squats. Oh, I just ordered a weighted vest. That's going to be cool. So I can put that on when I'm walking. What else? My sister suggested jump rope. And so I might do that. I did watch some Dr. Sean O'Mara videos where he talks about doing sprints. So I might incorporate those because those MRIs that go check out his channel. He has some really cool videos about MRIs before and after when you're doing sprints. That seems like doable to me. But I'll keep you guys informed. We'll see. But I'm working on the HDL, so that's going to be one of my homework assignments in this next year. All right, continuing on. Cholesterol to HDL ratio is 4.5. Obviously, not the range I want. I think they recommend 3.5 to 1. So again, HDL was low, so that's what affected that. Okay, LDL calculated is 125, is good. Uric acid was slightly elevated, but nothing to worry about according to my doctor. Let's see, I did check my full thyroids just to see. So I checked my T4 free, was perfect, it was 1.06. My T3 free was 2.39, fine. TSH, which is the only one that normally, if you checked your thyroids, I think doctors normally just check your TSH, but I wanted full thyroids. So TSH was 0.89, which was fine. Vitamin D, 25 hydroxy. Vitamin D was 36.7, so that was good. Ooh, this is one I'm proud of. Really proud of, actually, because if you saw my first video, which you should see, hello. If you saw my first video, I talked about my brother and I talked about my dad, and there's diabetes in my family on both sides, so it's a big deal. So, you know, you want to be checking if you have that, especially in the Hispanic, Black communities, but really everyone, you should be checking your A1C. My A1C was 5.2. Yeah, baby. That's what I'm talking about. So you want your A1C to be below 5.7, I believe, is the best. And I'm not going to get into the American Diabetes Association. ridiculous recommendations. We'll save that for another video, but I have a bone to pick with them about their tweets or X's or whatever they're called nowadays. Okay, so 5.2. So I'm really proud of that. It's awesome. Average blood glucose was 103. It's still fine. Let's see. Okay, here's the other thing. The second thing that was on the low end, and that was iron. Iron was 27, really low. Total iron. Was iron plus total iron. Yeah, that was low. So I'm taking iron. Over the years, I've been taking my iron for quite some time. Over the years, I've normally been low on iron. Actually, most women are low on iron. But I think it might also have to do with my APS. That's one of the symptoms of having APS, is that we tend to be low on iron. So I have to keep an eye on that. So I'm taking iron supplement to help with that. Okay, this is your analysis stuff. Oh, fine. I did check my ketones, was over 1. Optimal range for nutritional ketosis is like between 0.5 to 3. Mine was like 1. It was over 1. They didn't say exactly what it was, but it was over 1. Let's see. Is there anything else? I think that's it. At least for now. I did check some other labs that were like inflammation markers and stuff like that. I don't have those back yet. But I'll update you guys when I do. But those are the main takeaways. Is I'm low on iron and low HDL, and I'm working on both of those. But everything else, especially my trigs, 61, cholesterol was 176. I know you guys worry about that a lot. A lot of you do. And my A1C was 5.2, which I am super proud of, so happy. And I want that to be an encouragement for a lot of you that are diabetic, especially type 2 diabetes. And have your doctors, follow up. If you're concerned about your blood glucose, if you're worried about your type 2 diabetes, you do not have to lose your leg. You do not have to lose your toe. It's not the end of the world. This is not a progressive disease. No, type 2 is completely reversible. You can change your family tree. You don't have to put up with that. You can change it around. And the carnivore diet, keto diet, even low carb. Some people can just do low carb and do just fine and lower their A1C. Aim for less than 5.7. Get that checked. You can check it twice a year if you want. You can actually order them online and check it at home. You don't have to go to the doctor's office for that. So I recommend doing that. I've done it before, doing one of those take-home things, and it's fun when you get to see the numbers going down progressively. It's pretty cool. So my doctor was very, very pleased with me. She saw that I lost some weight. Oh yes, if you're wondering how much weight I've lost. Okay, so for me, I started at, let's see, I started at 262, I believe. And was it 262? Oh, somewhere around there. Yeah. And I'm down 30 pounds, 30.2 to be exact. So 4 months, 30 pounds. For a woman, that's really good. I know you men can lose weight like in half the time. You guys lose weight a lot faster. You just have a different metabolism. God made them different. That's okay. But we're gonna keep doing this, and we're gonna keep getting healthy. Get your blood work done. See how you're doing. You want to see how you're doing under the hood, and I'm very excited to continue going. And yeah, I'll keep you guys updated. Thank you guys for being here. Oh, and if you see this, Topo Chico, let me tell you about Topo Chico. I really love, first of all, let me take a sip. It's the best. Okay, I really love that so many in the carnivore community and the keto community and just people in general are drinking Topo Chico now because I grew up on Topo Chico. Let me tell you, Topo Chico comes from Monterrey, Nuevo León, Mexico. That's Monterrey, Mexico, where my mom was born and raised. And my dad lived in Monterrey for a while, which is where they met. And Topo Chico is actually a mountain, El Cerro del Topo Chico, and it overlooks the city of Monterrey. So actually, I grew up every time I'd go to Monterrey, we would all drink Topo Chicos, and we would put a little squeeze of lime in there, and we'd put a little bit of salt in there. Tastes better with salt. You're welcome. You put a little bit of salt, it bubbles up, it fizzes up, and it's really, really yummy. So another quick story is that before they were sold for like $220 million to Coca-Cola, before they were sold to Coca-Cola, there was a Topo Chico hotel at the top of the mountain. And there in that hotel, my dad was friends with the managers there. And so my parents actually were invited to stay a few nights at the Topo Chico hotel. And they had a wonderful time. And there was a train that came from the city, and they would drop guests from like the 1900s until the train shut down. And the hotel shut down, basically. But they would bring them all the way from the city to El Cerro del Topo Chico, and it was a big tourist attraction. So I get my heart skips a beat every time I see one of you guys drinking a Topo Chico. Get a little Mexican pride. All right, thank you guys. I love you. I'll see you next time.